Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to Monday. I am wanting to talk a little about negative feelings and emotions, specifically guilt or shame or those things that we go inward to judge ourselves, sometimes harshly, and we don't feel good about ourselves, maybe because of something that's happening externally and outwardly. And I wanted to share that tomorrow I am going live on our weekly live show talking about turning your pain into purpose. And a lot of times when I talk about it, it really is all of your big stories, like the things that have happened to you. We've all gone through things, we all have a story. And the ability to be able to actually use that to seek your strengths and your superpowers and why you're here on this earth and how to help others and help heal yourself, but in doing that, be of more service to the world and help others heal by what you choose to do for work, and letting that define your purpose and really truly flipping pain into a whole new perspective. And so that my eyes are very sensitive. I don't know if I'll be able to keep these sunglasses off. Let's see if I get used to it. But one of the things that I'll be talking about in the live show tomorrow and a little today is not just the big things, like the big stories, but the little things, like somebody cuts you off on the highway last week or in a conversation, or your boss dismisses a great idea that you had, that you feel rejected, dejected, you feel angry, and you've had some interaction that just didn't feel good. That causes like little cuts, like they're painful, even if they're not as painful as some of the big stuff that you've walked through. And sometimes it's hard to understand, like, well, I could go through all that big stuff and I can't handle like my road rage or something like that. Like, where sometimes when we hear that somebody, maybe you have gone through some big thing like cancer or something that actually stopped your life in its tracks and you had to deal with it. And we often say, like, she's amazing. Like, the way she walked through that, like the cancer, the divorce, the thing, like the mother being sick, all of the things that like people we know have to walk through. When we hear somebody walking through it, we're really touched by how much strength they have, or grace, and that they're able to, like, maybe the sense is that they rise above it, or they're able to just do it like in a way we don't think we could, like, if unless you were in that situation or not, is very like it's very hard to think that like you would be like that. It's not accurate that you would be like anybody else walking through something, even the same situation. We all show up with all of our strengths, all of our flaws and weaknesses and all of that. And I promise the people walking through really hard things don't always feel like they are as strong and amazing and graceful as we might think that they are. So we all have, all of the things going on inside of us, and the way that we see ourselves and the way the world sees us are usually two different things also. But here's what I want to say, because a lot of times I do talk about the big things. You've walked through something big, and that actually defines your life purpose. And we have the program Turn Pain to Purpose, and I've done a lot of speaking on this. And what I wanted to talk more about today and in the live tomorrow is those little things, because it's easy to think like I could never handle that because shit's hard now, like stress or things are just, I can't handle what I got now. Like, I could never handle that. And that is not true. You don't have the experience handling that, but when life hands you bigger things to deal with, you step into it with bigger qualities and bigger things that you already have. So what I want to share is how you can take the things that you already have inside of you to deal with the things that are happening in the world around you, or in your relationships, or they're happening to you. You think things are happening to you. So one of the things that I am going to pull out of, some of the writing and preparing I've been doing for tomorrow's show is techniques that we can use to flip the pain, flip that discomfort, flip that negative situation or our experience, just turn it around so that we're not in a place of being weak, like we're in a place of proactively being powerful and positive no matter what. Like we can actually walk through the situation like, ouch, like it doesn't feel good. I hated that. And I didn't like the way I was, like not just what they did, but how I reacted. That's something I've said. Like it's not always, for me, it's not how other people behave. It's my reaction to it, which it's like the biggest barometer for me is to just stay clean and clear for myself and my own sort of sense of self. Like I know people are going to act fucked up. Like people tend to do that, in different situations. Like I can't change that. I don't want to look at myself as someone that participated in the negativity or reacted or that kind of a thing. So with all the negative feelings we could have, and it could happen on a Monday or a Tuesday or when we were children or when we got divorced or all the other things that just kind of we could, use this technique for, join me tomorrow to really dive into like turning pain into purpose. And today I want to leave you with this one technique that was so beautifully shared with me, and it's so helpful. And I actually was using it this morning and realizing this is one of those techniques that needs to be included in this conversation. So when we feel, this morning, my son was going to school, and when we feel any type of shame or something, it's easy to make that shame about us. And I'm going to be very clear about this, how I'm using this in my own life, as I've been doing in these vlog videos. So I wake up this morning to, Mommy, I don't have any clean pants to wear to school today. That's like, no mom wants to wake up to that. And in my head, I'm thinking, how in God's name do you not have clean pants? Like, I have done probably 7 loads of laundry in the last 5 days, like 3 of which have been his clothes. And it's not that he's like throwing clean clothes into the dirty hamper, but I was baffled. And the truth is actually he's grown so much. I have a bag of clothes. Like I've actually taken out all the pants that like literally like just somehow look like they still fit him everywhere else. It's just the length has really, there's a huge difference now. So I put them all in a bag in the garage, and I just still thought like he had like a good amount of jeans, and I just did laundry. So in my head, I wake up to like thinking, like, how could this be? Like how, and then like for me as a mom, it turns into, I'm kind of hot, even though it's 14 degrees here in Connecticut today. It's like, I feel bad. Like it's me, like something about me, like my failure to be a mom or something. Like it's not that big, but if you really look at how it feels to me and kind of those sort of underlying thoughts and feelings, that is how I am feeling like in that moment. And especially when you wake up in the morning, your subconscious mind, it's like the most prime time for meditations, affirmations, mantras. It's really like the best times to focus on what you really, really want, because it's a theta state. So when you're falling asleep at night, when you wake up in the morning, usually I do work, like I do my spiritual work. And I don't like waking up to my son telling me he's got no clean clothes. That does not feel good. So that was my morning, and I just kind of got up. I didn't stay in bed and work on my mindset. I just wanted to do laundry. So I woke up, made sure like I just put like all the pants in the hamper that was, his clothes, and started the laundry. And as I was standing there, I thought, wow, what a great opportunity, because a mentor of mine had just suggested, when I feel shame, anything that can trigger it, imagine just as a satellite passes overhead, imagine that the shame is just like a satellite, and visualize and see the satellite of shame passing overhead. So I can just say, oh, there goes that satellite of shame. And that does a few things. It helps me see it outside of myself. Shame is over up there, and it's passing by. It's not permanent. It's not who I am. It does not define me. It is a feeling that is a normal human emotion, and it's going to be gone because I can see it just beep, beep, beep. So I was doing the laundry, and I was thinking, like, what is it? I had just woken up. What does a satellite even look like? I don't even know. Like, I had just woken up, and I'm like, I'm already feeling bad about myself. This is not like how all of, this whole weekend was filled with some really amazing, more than usual meditations, affirmations, just open and ready to receive, like really feeling positive and beautiful, beautiful feelings. I can't even imagine like how that's possible to wake up to that this morning, but I did. And it was such a gift. Ultimately, I would prefer not to. Universe, I would prefer not to. But in doing that, having even trouble imagining a satellite because of all of sort of the cloudiness and just doing the laundry early in the morning. Okay, what's a satellite? I go upstairs, and within minutes, my daughter is watching Minnie Mouse, and they're playing a baseball game, and a little girl in the game hit the ball, and it went flying so far up into space, and not just up into space. The ball went up into space, and all of a sudden they made it just like a satellite. Beep, 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 beep. And it was literally, and then it just like came back down into the game, and I thought, I was just wondering what the F is a satellite. And it was just something that like was so coincidental and perfect and in synchronicity with the beauty of life. Like, it ain't what I think it is. Negative things are going to happen. Whether that's a painful experience, if you want to, like, I don't want to name it that, but I do have to say we have those things that happen all the time. If we don't have the techniques to actually put into action a solution for those thoughts that can easily take us down and continue to take us down and not feel good. If I just woke up this morning to that and I didn't think of that one exercise, that technique of imagine, or even let's back up, thinking shame. I'm having a feeling of shame because my son should have a drawer full of clean pants. And also, why do we not have enough pants? Like, did I not do enough laundry? I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. Like, that is literally that snowball effect of one simple thing. And it happened first thing in the morning, no way to wake up, but that could color and shape the rest of my day. But instead, it happened. I took the next right step. I thought while I was doing the laundry of that, what was that thing she said? I think that I acknowledged first, what am I feeling? I think I'm feeling shame. And not that kind of shame that I would imagine, like what shame looks like is way worse than what I was feeling, but still it was in the ballpark of shame. And I became aware, that self-awareness of what I was feeling. And then that made me remember a recent conversation with my beautiful mentor who gave me this concept of using the satellite of shame. And I started to do that visualization while I was standing there, and then couldn't even like really connect with it, but I knew it was okay because I had done what I could do, and that was fine. I let it go. But then the universe, my God, gave me that gift of the actual on TV picture of a small baseball satellite, like that baseball satellite of shame. And that was what I needed. It was exactly what I needed. And, and I had a couple conversations actually this morning, and they were so beautiful. It wasn't even anything related to the laundry or the shame or anything I was actually going through, but they were so perfectly tuned into what I really, really would love. Like, I wouldn't think I needed to have those conversations today. I needed any lessons or gifts specifically, but this is how it looks for real, like in normal day-to-day stuff. So instead of feeling pain and less than or not enoughness, which that's this whole pain to purpose conversation that I've been having for years because it's so important, and it is important in the very big stuff and what we do with our lives and our career and how we actually uniquely are capable of helping people. But in these little ways, and how it looks when something happens but I don't get stuck there, and then I turn that into like a more purposeful thing. And the way that it actually looks more so in purpose is something I am going to talk about tomorrow. So the big things, little things that don't feel good, and how that looks in real life purpose. So not just like the career we choose or what we do in a big way. It's like, but who we become. Like having more depth and fulfillment in every moment, which most people I know are seeking. Because most people, the first thing that they say is, I just want to feel more fulfilled. Like that's what we're missing. And it doesn't have to be like that. Like that's not full living. And we have more control over that than anyone else. And when we actually realize that, and we take some small steps to be proactive about our well-being and our mental health and our mindset and our spiritual well-being, my experience is how generous our source is, like how generous God is in the universe, whatever you call God, and how much more will come into your space, into your orbit, because you are seeing things differently, taking different steps. You're willing to shift and to see, a situation, not just for what it looks like, but what it can be. And not just the gift for me, but the gift for others. And that is what I am here to share about today. I hope you join me tomorrow for Healing Profits Live weekly show. It is on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I cannot wait to see you. Thanks so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks so much, friend. Love you so much.